Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to edit your raw images before taking it to any other software to continue your editing. So today we're going to be using Capture One, and it's going to be a very simple tutorial and straightforward. So let's jump right into it. The first thing I notice is to make our eyes and the teeth white, and also to unify the skin tones, and there are some rough edges that we need to fix. So let's start with the layer. Go to the layer, drop down, and then select a new empty layer, and this time around I'm going to fix the eye. I'm going to select the magic brush tool, and I'm going to zoom in and just select the brush, the white part of the eye, and you can hit M on the keyboard to show where it's selected. You can keep on dabbing over it and it's going to keep on selecting just like that, or you can just take your brush tool, and now that I've selected some places I don't want, I'm going to click on the eraser tool. I'm going to erase it from some places like that, and same as this one and below. Alright, so now we hit M on the keyboard to see how that looks. I'm going to take the marks tool and I'm going to brush on our teeth. So let's reduce it and select from our teeth like that, and this down part, so you can see the difference between that. And I'm going to do same to this one. Instead of using the max tool, I'm going to select the eraser tool and erase it from the side. Let's go ahead here, also take the mask tool and select most part of our eyes. Now you can hit M and hide that layer, and we're going to go to the white balance. First of all, pick it up and then select the eyes, and it's going to give us this. And after that, we're going to close it back, go to the exposure and decrease the saturation so as to make it whiter like that, and we can increase the brightness so to brighten up the eyes a little bit. So let's go back to the layers and we can check out before turning it off and on, so you can see the difference of that. And the reason why I did that, the white balance thing, is to actually keep the skin tones, because I like the way it looks. Now let's create another layer, which is going to be an empty layer, and we're going to use this to unify the skin tones. So I'm going to go ahead and select the skin, just choose a place by left clicking and hit M on the keyboard. It's actually going to select more of these places. You can actually add the neck, and let's hit M on the keyboard, and I'm going to remove the marks from the lips. So click on the eraser tool and let's remove that from the lips like that. Not all though, just a little. So this looks okay for me, and we can hit M and see some other places we would like to leave the mask. So I think we're good. Now for that, I'm just going to rename that layer to skin correction and hit enter. I'm going to close it and open up the color editor. So let's look for the color editor. This is the color editor, and I'm going to pick up the sampler tool, and let's look for somewhere we want all the skin texture to look like. So I like checking somewhere around the nose and this side. I'm going to choose this place, and you can see this place, this range pop up on the skin tone area. So if you're not on the skin tones, yours can be at basic, but click on the skin tones, select this one and zoom out. And now we're going to increase the uniformity of the hue, and just like that, and increase the saturation to where suitable for your photo. And you can see that the saturation actually was the one that blend the hue, the color I mean. So you can take it all the way up, and you can just increase the lightness a little bit. Now this where things get really interesting, the amount. So the amount of the hue you are actually unifying. If you take it to the right, it becomes yellowish. If you take it to the left, it becomes this kind of reddish. So I don't want the reddish feel, I want the yellowish feel, which is the golden type of skin. And you can see it blending with this one. And for it to blend very well, you need to create another layer for that. So you can just increase the saturation a little bit, and you can see the before. Let's go turn it off and on. So layers, let's turn it off and on, so you can see the golden skin. Now if you actually want to keep out this part of the makeup, you can actually do that. So we can just pick on the magic eraser tool and hit M on the keyboard. So we can turn this off and just select this place on the, and hit M, turn it back on. Okay, you can just select this and it's going to remove it from those area, but it's actually not going to favor the correction of the skin. So I'm just going to hit Ctrl Z and we continue with our editing. So now I want to fix the blemishes, so I'm going to create a new layer. Go to the layers, go to new layer, new empty layer, and this is going to be for the correction. So where I'm going to go, I'm not going to use the correction to the one on this panel. I'm going to go to the one at the refine edge, spot remover tool. There's actually one under the levels, which is this one, so I'm not going to use that one, this draw healing tool brush and the rest, draw clone marks. No, I'm going to go to the refine, and under the refine I'm going to go to spot remover and click on this 0 icon, and you can see so the ones that I've actually done before. So I can reset that, reset, let's reset everything. So you can see now we can start again. So now I've clicked on this one, this circular, and decrease. So you just simple decrease the size brush of this, the size of the brush, and click on it, and it's just going to fix that for you. So just click on the blemishes. So I'm just going to quickly finish everything and show you the before and after, so as not to make the video longer. So now you can see that I'm going to turn it off, make some adjustments to the spot. I'm going to go back to the adjustment and go to the layers, and you can see off and on. So it's just the adjustment. I'm going to name the spot remover, and it's enter. And now let's use the clone stamp tool and the spot healing tool. So I'm going to click on the spot healing tool, and this automatically creates a new layer for that. So I'm going to zoom in and just click on that, and it's going to create a new healing layer, and you can just click on okay. So I've made a tiny adjustment at the air part with the clone stamp tool. So one thing I want to get straight is the air, so I'm going to go back to the layers and create a new layer. So let's create a new layer, a new empty layer, and select the magic brush tool, select the air. So hit M on the keyboard to view where it's selected, so you can see the part that's selected. I'm going to select more, select this side more, that, and click on the eraser tool to make the selection proper. So something like this. I'm going to hit M the keyboard and remove it from some places. So you can see that black area, it's actually for makeup, and this side also. So just going to add just a little of that backwards. So let's make the selection proper, and I'm going to remove it from the eyes and from the eyes. Alright, so now I'm going to hit M on the keyboard, go to the adjustment, close this one, go to the exposure, and decrease the saturation a bit, decrease the brightness. Good. So we have something like this. Increase. I'm going to increase the contrast, and we can see that adjusted that a bit. So go back to the layer, click on the new adjustment layer. I'm going to name this one eyelashes. Again, eyelashes, enter, and one more time create a new adjustment layer, and let's select the lips. So I'm going to click on the magic brush tool, select the lips, and hit M on the keyboard to view selection. So since we can't get that selection, I'm going to hit Ctrl Z twice. Okay, I'm going to select it manually, go to the brush tool, and let's select the mouth manually. Hit M on the keyboard to view as selected. Brush tool, Okay. All right, so now that I've selected that, it's M on the keyboard to see. All right, so this is what we're going to do. Go to the color, the color editor, go to the basic, and we're going to look for that color, and I'm just going to select it, and it's going to pick the color like orange, and we can increase the saturation just to give it more, and we can play with the hue, take it backwards, and it's going to come out fine. And go to the exposure, increase the saturation a bit. So increasing the saturation, we can decrease the brightness or increase the brightness if you want to make it stand out, but I like to increase the brightness, and it's going to stand out the more, give it some contrast. And let's still increase the saturation a bit. All right, so that looks okay for me, and I think we're done with the editing. So we can just create a new a new fill layer, sorry, and affect the overall image. I'm going to go to the clarity and increase the structure like so, and we can also increase the saturation, go back to the exposure and increase the saturation a little bit, go to the curves and create a contrast curve on it, this up and this downwards. All right, so I think picture looks amazing already. All right, so let's quickly see the before and after. I'm going to turn it off, on, before and after. I'm going to zoom in and see before and then after. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.